Welcome to another in our series of one-chart video tutorials where today we will cover two topics. The first topic will be to review the proper processing of the refused order action task found in either the Care Compass task list or the activities and intervention page of the patient's chart. The second part will be reviewing the new Mpage functionality enabling staff to review a patient's blood bank history, which includes the patient blood type, specimen availability, along with blood product history for up to the last 3 months. We begin by having already logged into OneChart, established a relationship with our patient, and displayed the Care Compass task list for our patient by clicking on the arrow right next to the patient's name. When a provider refuses an order, a refused order actions task is created. This task appears in Care Compass and on the Activities and Interventions tab of the patient's chart. It is the responsibility of the nurse to complete this task by documenting what action was taken and by correcting the order appropriately in the patient's chart. With the Care Compass task list displayed, immediately notice our task for refused order actions. Select the task from the task list, and then follow this by clicking the Document button in the lower right corner of the screen. You are immediately presented with the Refused Order Actions pop-up form, which you will need to complete. Here, you can document any action that was taken on the order, as well as any comment relevant to this action. It is important to note that there is not a high volume of refused orders. Many have the reason, "not my patient." If you are unable to resolve and document as so, the refused orders also can go to medical records. Review the available options within the Refused Order Action section of the screen. Should none of these be applicable, you may always select the option for Other, and then when the pop-up box for free text entry displays, enter in the text "Unable to resolve." Follow this by clicking OK, and always remember that once you have completed charting, to select the green check mark to sign your form. Once we've selected the green check mark to sign the form, we are returned to the Care Compass task list, where you'll now see that the Refused Order Actions task has been completed and removed from the task list. This completes this tutorial on the proper processing of the Refused Order Actions task. We will continue now with our second tutorial detailing the new Mpage functionality enabling staff to review patient blood bank history, which includes the patient blood type, specimen availability, along with the blood product history for up to the last 3 months. We continue by having already established a relationship with our patient and opened the patient's chart. Notice that upon immediately opening the patient's chart, the patient summary section of the table of contents is opened with the first of many Mpages displayed. As you recall, an Mpage is simply a page of patient data presented to you in a format of categorized groupings. The first Mpage is the Situation Background Mpage, part of the SBAR format for nursing, as I'm currently logged in as a nurse. Had I been logged in with another type of user security, the appropriate Mpage for that position would initially display. I'm now going to navigate to the Assessment Mpage, as this is where we can find the new added function for blood bank history. Upon opening the Assessment Mpage, should the categories be displayed in an expanded view, whereas all of the data associated with each category is displayed, there are two things you can do for ease of viewing. First, to temporarily collapse all the categories so that you can pick and choose which ones to review, navigate to the far right side of the screen and select the icon that we refer to as either a newspaper or a list. Once you click on this and the menu appears, navigate to the Expand All option, and then, before exiting this menu, immediately select the Collapse All option. Doing so will automatically close all the categories and present you with a list of just the category headers. To make this a permanent selection, you will need to go into each category and select the small drop-down arrow, and then remove the check next to the default expanded by selecting this option. Doing this will have the screen display in this closed category format as we see now on the screen. But remember, you will have to do this for each one of the groupings displayed. As new functionality associated with the OneChart model uplift, notice the two new Mpage categories of Blood Bank Overview and Blood Bank Products displayed. I will click the drop-down arrow to open both new categories to display the contents. Both of these categories give the staff the ability to review the patient's entire blood bank history without having to call the blood bank or open the patient's chart in detail. Within the blood bank overview category, this is where you can review the patient's blood type, antibody history, as well as the availability of a blood specimen. As we can see from the current patient, there is no prior type history and no specimen available for typing. Bank product section, this is where you would see the status as reported from PathNet Blood Bank of any unit that has been assigned to the patient, cross-matched, as well as dispensed. Additionally, a 3-month history of transfused products for this patient would be available for review. It's important to note, however, that the only transfused products that we'll display here are those that were transfused here at St. Vincent's and documented in OneChart. History from other facilities will not be seen here. As part of the OneChart model uplift, any clinical staff needing access to blood bank history will now be able to review this easily from their Mpage. This concludes the tutorial on the review of new OneChart model uplift functionality for blood bank overview and blood bank product history from the Mpage.